the trivia. So get ready for that. I think last week, Sean Sultan was the winner of trivia on the top end. I think Pops Dongoria might have been the bottom end one. And we'll have a random draw soon too. So trivia, stay tuned. It'll probably be about halfway through the show with, of course, some theme-based trivia questions today. But you know what? You guys are in the house already. Let's do an early bird draw for 5 standard packs, exclamation ticket, exclamation enter. Put that in the chat. We'll keep that up going for a couple minutes, and then we'll make our draw. All right. Just watching off screen, Isidafo's busy away opening packs. He's busy away looking at missions. He's busy away downloading the latest cards, but I'm going to bring him on. Isidafo, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, love to have you. The community loves having you on here. They love your insight, and you just make our card shopping a little bit easier with your suggestions. So thank you so much. And I know you're busy away looking at the different missions and cards. Of course, the Negro League Stars 4, the HAWC Report, number 36 with Isidafo. As I mentioned on the pregame show today, is there a story? Is there a player that you've kind of become fond of from this era, from the sets that we've seen so far?
Actually, I was looking around a bit last night, and the player that really stuck out to me that I don't think I've ever seen a great card of before was actually the one that was revealed on your stream earlier today, the Grant Johnson. Especially as a pre-1920 card, it's really cool to see him get such a nice, well-deserved card.
So
my mic is not working.
Yeah, you're a little bit shallow compared to usual.
Okay. How do I fix that?
I don't know. I guess I can on my end. I can.
Oh, hold on.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I had something blocking the microphone. That would do it.
You had all those trophies, right? All the perfect league trophies that were just in the way of the mic.
Yeah,
come on
exactly.
Now.
I just surrounded the microphone, right? Yeah.
So Home Run Johnson was kind of a player that kind of piqued your interest a little bit. And you know what? Since we have him up here, just give us a quick insight on Home Run Johnson. I like the home runs.
Yeah, I mean he played second base and shortstop, in the kind of late 1890s and early 1900s. I think he moved to second for Pop Lloyd at some point. He was a shortstop. But yeah, he was a really great hitter. Back in those days, like, wasn't the same organization that there was later in the Negro League. So it was, this kind of like incomplete record keeping and stuff. But he was really a phenomenal player, a lot of home runs, good defense, just an excellent player.
Yeah, Findlay Sluggers he played with in the late 1800s. And of course, as EVC mentioned earlier, he got his nickname Home Run by hitting 60 home runs in the late 1800s. So, he could hit them. Didn't translate as much probably when he came into other leagues and other teams. I was fascinated that, of all the teams they played on, 6 of them had the nickname the Giants.
There was some, I forget, there's a reason that there's so many Negro League teams named the Giants. I forget what it is now. There's like some story behind it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe someone knows in chat.
Maybe someone in chat. And apparently he liked to sing. He was kind of known as the singer too. It was always kind of singing a tune. And man, this guy lived a full life. Like he lived, I think, into his early 90s and became part of the New York Central Railroad Company. And you as a New Yorker, is that still around?
I guess is no, but some of these railroad companies have merged with other ones over time. It's hard to say if they've sort of lived on as some other name.
Yeah. So as I always do, because it's not often I get you on here, I like to talk a little bit about New York, and of course EVC's from New York. I think Rich Grisham and Nicolino are from kind of the New Jersey area. So there's a lot of, OOTP's Fanatic, I think, is in New York. I think Fussmucker is in New York. When I watch TV shows, when I see movies, I always hear them talking about the suburbs, the Bronx and Harlem and Brooklyn. And so are you from one of those suburbs? Are you right kind of in like Manhattan or?
No, I mean I was from Manhattan, but really I mean it's some of these places are these other boroughs are like there's a huge range of different places in them, like the parts of Brooklyn and Queens that are close to Manhattan are very different from the parts of Brooklyn and Queens that are much further east.
So summarize these for me a little bit. If I say Greenwich Village, what are they kind of known for in that area?
Greenwich Village is, I mean, it's a neighborhood. It has like it's actually that one's got a lot of stuff in it. I don't know that I can summarize that one in a single.
But is it artsy? Is it old?
Yeah,
like
it's yeah. I mean, so obviously New York was settled starting at the south, so like very very far down south, it's like a lot of old buildings and sort of windy, weirdly set up streets, and then sort of as you go further up, it gets a bit more like regular.
Is it a certain culture from that area, like Italian culture, or is it pretty multicultural in Greenwich?
I guess fairly multicultural. I mean, most of New York is pretty multicultural. You've got some areas that are sort of like Chinatown or whatever, but
right.
Yeah, New York is pretty mixed up in a lot of places, which is really cool.
How about Soho?
Soho has become really touristy, actually, recently. It used to be not that way. But yeah, there's still some cool stuff. Some cool stuff there.
And let's just go one more. What about what do they say? Well, Upper Manhattan, of course, is that like the business areas, Manhattan, where all like was Wall Street there?
No, Wall Street is sort of all the way south. So Wall Street is way down at the very bottom. This is where like it's sort of a less developed area up there for the most part.
Yeah, makes sense. They're in the financial district. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the financial area, Wall Street, and all that.
Okay, and last one for you about New York today. Where would I go to go to Broadway?
Well, Broadway is like the street is quite long, but the theaters are sort of they're in the theater district, which is sort of a little bit north of Times Square.
Probably not in Harlem. Upper East Side.
No, further down, below the park. Yeah, so you see where Times Square is. If you zoom in on there, you'll see the theater district eventually. Probably.
Okay, so right here is Broadway.
Yeah, it's sort of in this general. So you can see Carnegie Hall up there, and then sort of around here-ish. I mean, it's a bit further north of this. But Broadway is a long street. I mean, it goes from sort of all the way from the beginning of Manhattan to the tip. So
is that where they do a lot of their movies and TVs? Like, do they have TV studios there for their game shows and things like that? Is that all on Broadway?
TV shows and stuff. I mean, those are all over. There's a lot of. It's mostly like Broadway now is it's a lot of like plays and musicals and stuff.
Okay.
I think most of the TV studios are like further on the edges. I'm not
okay.
Sure.
Rockefeller Center. I think that's where some of the talk show hosts used to broadcast from, kind of that area.
Yeah, I don't know that they do that anymore, though. I'm not really sure what the TV shows are.
And here's my question of New York. Have you been to the big Lego store?
I must have been in there at some point, though. I can't say I remember it.
Were you a Lego kid? Did you like the Lego?
I wasn't a big Lego kid, but I did have some while growing up. Yeah. So I'm sure I was in there at some point when I was younger.
Amazing what you can do with Lego now. Just some of the structures that you can create. All right. Question I asked Charles last week, the 2024 Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. These are the players on the ballot. The italicized are the first-year players like Bautista, Beltre, Holiday. And there's only one that's on for the last time. Gary Sheffield is on the ballot, the 10th appearance, so he will be dropped off if he doesn't make it. Give me one or two players as a fan of baseball that you think should be in the Hall of Fame on the ballot. Who would your one or two votes go to?
Well, Beltre is the sort of obvious one from.
Yeah, other than Beltre, yeah.
I mean, I personally would vote for Alex Rodriguez. I know that a lot of people wouldn't, but I don't. I tend to just kind of take the statistics as they are, and not worry as much about all the, PED stuff, since it's been all kinds of things have gone on through all of history. So I would vote for him. I'd vote for Manny Ramirez. Helton, Wagner, as we're saying, a bunch of guys really. Even actually Bobby Abreu is one that has sort of an interesting case, actually, even though his counting numbers are not really there. There's so many walks and good defense in the early part of his career.
Yeah. Again, it all depends. Do you value defense? Do you value offense? Because Vizquel, there's Andrew Jones, you great center fielder.
Jones should be in too, yeah.
Yeah, I would go Jones and Billy Wagner. I think we got to give some love to the closer. Billy Wagner had a great career. Guy you could rely on in the bullpen. But it's kind of funny seeing Jose Bautista. It's hard to believe he's been out of the game already that long.
That's true. It's a long
Jose
time.
Bautista is on the ballot. He won't get in. I mean, he was great player for a short period of time for the Blue Jays, but he just doesn't quite meet that level.
Yeah, I mean, if he had played like he did in his his early 30s for the Blue Jays, starting at the start of his career, he'd have a real chance. But just not enough years.
All right. Well, let's close off the early bird draw. Give you 5 seconds. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. Congratulations to Cedar Rights, who won the 5 packs by guessing the card earlier on. Home Run Johnson on the pre-show with Spore and EVC. So Cedar Rights, I'll make sure that 5 packs get sent your way to your main account there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close this off with looks like 52 entries. All right, 52 entries. Let's draw a winner here. Let's see, maybe we can draw a winner. There we go. So our first winner of the HAWC Report, there it is, Dapak Ripper, with less than a 2% chance of winning. Dapak Ripper. All right, congratulations. Send me a quick whisper there, Dapak Ripper, so I can keep that on file, because I'll miss it in the chat like I usually do. If I'm not on mute, I miss things in the chat. So, hey, send me a quick whisper with the account number or account name that you want me to go to. All right. I'm relying on you for a bounty to pull out all the stops.
All right. Didn't do so well last time, but
no. And we're going to do something that I did one time before. I kind of like this strategy. Let's try it again. You'll see it going along the bottom. So if you don't want to participate, then that's fine. But if you want to win the packs by knocking us out, you have to follow the rules that are on the bottom there. All your pitchers you have to take before the silver rounds. This is a double elimination. So it's whoever knocks us out in the final component, not the first game. And you're going to get 2 cards every round. So you're going to see 12 cards before silver. You have to pick 12 cards before silver. You choose how many pitchers you want. Do you want 10? Do you want 11? Do you want all 12? But your pitching staff must be gold or higher. Pitchers rule the day.
So what is this format? That is very important.
It is, we'll bring it up on screen here.
We certainly can afford to take some non-pitchers, probably at least one, but if it's
so double elimination, modern era, and we're playing in CHS Field, the field maybe you're familiar with. I don't know. CHS.
Yeah. So double elimination is interesting because if you win, you get a tremendous number of off days.
Yeah.
And then you probably can get away with like 9 pitchers even.
You're pretty confident.
Okay, we have to take.
Oh, it should be ID. Sorry, it's ID 103. ID 103.
Okay, so we're taking Randy Johnson for sure.
Okay, let me just fix the ID here. It says 96. It should be 103. There you go. Oops, there we go. 103. Let's put a space there. All right. So Randy Johnson.
And then normally I'd take Todd Helton, my other card, but
Well, you know, we can take a batter or two.
yeah, we can. What is the rule with Scanes? If we take him, can he play catcher, or is that not allowed?
No, he can play catcher because the only
Okay.
rule is as a pitcher, he's got to be gold or higher.
Okay. Yeah, we're probably supposed to take him then, because we could easily get some rounds where we just have complete garbage and we want to take batters later. And if we take Helton, it will be a lot. Actually, if we can get away with 9, let's take Helton. I think Helton's actually probably good.
Okay. Reb Jr. saying taking Skeens and Randy Johnson just isn't fair. All right.
I think Skeens is probably going to be worse than a lot of our diamonds. So that's sort of why I'm not super interested in him.
All right. I like it. Probably would have been my 2 choices too.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 1 pitcher in the book. Next up, don't have many to choose from here.
No, we should take Derek Lowe for sure. And then probably Norm Charlton.
Yeah, it's either Charlton or Lolich.
Yeah. Lolich is really bad. I think we're going to get golds better than that.
Okay. Presley, Polk, Sutton, and Cease are our 4 choices.
I think it's probably Presley and Cease. Well, it's definitely Cease.
Okay. Or do we want another hitter here? No, we'll probably
none of these hitters are all that good, so I'm happy to skip them.
Okay. Geo, Camp, Moss, Bowers.
I was hoping to get some good gold hitters, but we have not done so.
Not yet.
Okay, so Seaver for sure. And then it's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty bad.
Geo for the bullpen? So not.
Well, Gio would be our 5th starter, but most of the time you're not going to need 5 starters, or a lot of the time you're not going to need 5 starters in a double elimination. But maybe it's Brian Jordan, maybe Brian or Billy Goodman, actually, because that covers some positions that are a little trickier. And we're playing in CHS. He's good in CHS. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay.
He can play second and third.
Right. A silver hitter who can pitch cannot be used as a pitcher. Can be used as a hitter, but not as a pitcher. And again, if the game accidentally puts them in, because with 2 ways in a blowout game, they might do that. I mean, they might put your catcher into pitch. That's out of control. We're not going to count that against you. But when I look at your roster, you know, when I go to pitchers, I should see everyone gold or higher. All right, next.
Stuck here.
So we took Goodman and Seaver.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Clippard and Jones. Clippard and Owen.
I don't know. I mean, probably we should. I think I want to get to 10 pitchers. That's my goal, and we're gonna set 4 starters, and then have 6 relievers, and then if we lose in the first round, we'll have to probably move one of our bullpen guys to be a 5th starter.
Okay, so we can't take any more hitters in gold then.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, we can get away with 9 if we win. Like if we win the first round, 9 is fine, probably.
Yeah.
So we do have a very good starter. So yeah, but it's probably still Jones Clippard. Like none of these hitters are really like staring at me. So
okay.
If we get some really good hitter, then maybe. Oh, we got Votto.
I love that expression. Oh, we got Votto. Oh. And not many quality pitchers here except Koji, maybe.
Yeah, Koji's, I think, the best pitcher here, so we're taking him. Man, I really want to take Votto. Votto is just so good.
Well, you know what? he might get us that first win then.
Yeah, I think we risk it.
We do have
try to win.
Helton.
Yeah, that's okay. Vado can play DH.
Okay.
I mean, he's the
let's
best
do
right
it.
here by so much.
Okay, now everyone is a hitter. So Chipper and Cespedes?
I think probably Chipper and O'Connell, actually.
O'Connell? I'm not familiar with Silver, so okay, yeah, second and
Just a lot of
third
defense.
Okay.
Can we skip this one?
No, we can take a Blue Jay though, just because.
I do want to take JD Drew. That one's
JD Drew, yeah,
the only decent card. And then I guess it's probably one of these two catchers.
Yeah.
But it's really
Probably
ugly. It's
better BABIP one, probably.
Yeah, or better defense. I don't know if they're. I think Gomes is probably better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gomes looks better.
All right, we do need one more catcher. They have shown 8, so we're going to have maybe 2. I don't know if this is 12.
No,
or
we'll get to 12 for this. We should.
Okay.
Okay, so Joe Kelly and Mark Canna, probably. Yeah, that looks right.
Kelly, and we don't have a center fielder yet. Now we do.
Yeah, and neither of those are really center fielders, ideally.
Yeah.
But, okay, I like this Pat McNulty a decent bit. And then don't want the catcher. I don't know. I think Fukudome or Henry Rodriguez, they're very different cards.
Yeah. Well, if it was more of a power park, maybe Rodriguez, but I think.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Probably in this park. Yeah.
Fukudome. Ooh, I'd love me some Sean Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall and Bonds are both great, but Leonis Martinez is a pretty good card. We don't have a real center fielder, and yeah, probably Robert Maranville. We don't have a shortstop, so that makes sense.
Since we don't have a true shortstop yet, it doesn't look like. Well, we got 3 center fielders. There's Devo, there's Dalton, there's Lowe, and that's about it.
I think Lowe plays a lot of positions, right? He's a pretty good backup.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks fine. So let's take him. And then I guess it's either Devin White or Doug Glanville. I'm not really sure which one's better of those.
Defense. Do we want the BABIP or the defense for a backup?
Probably the defense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with Devo. And last round, 2 cards. We need a catcher.
Wait. Oh, we had the reload so that we lost. The round wasn't tracked. That's why we didn't get to the right number. Okay.
Fortunately, we have a catcher, though.
Yeah, that was lucky, actually, because we're taking him. All right, what do we have? Do we have all the positions filled? We
need probably a shortstop, second baseman type.
We do have Kelly plays shortstop, I believe. This is not a great round either.
Maybe this guy,
that
Spencer.
card looks okay. Yeah, let's take that guy.
Or Kaiser.
Trevor Plouffe is like 10 defensive shortstop. That's a fun one. It's a really weird card.
Oh, too late. I've already left. Oh.
What a shame.
Man. Okay. So again, if you are in the bounty draft, make sure all your pitchers are gold or higher. And all your hitters, of course, can be anything. There is no restrictions on the hitters. If it's a two-way player, just make sure that you don't have them as a two-way. Have them as a hitter. Change their position to their hitting position to avoid them getting in as best as possible. Yep. All right. What do you want to do now?
So I think what I want to do here is go to a 4-man rotation.
Okay. Let me just set a basic one that Charles and I always use here. Something like that, maybe. Maybe we'll go.
Yeah, I like that. We should turn on aggressive tiredness hook on all of our pitchers because it will be very dangerous if we don't.
Even the bullpen guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it will run out of fatigue otherwise. We'd rather the AI puts a position player in the game than running us out of fatigue. Because then we just lose the next game too.
All right, looking behind the scenes here at Isidafo's perfect draft strategy in double elimination. Make sure we didn't miss anyone.
I think you started. Yeah, you started in the middle. I think.
Jones, Johnson, and Cease. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do here?
No, that looks fine. Whatever bullpen it wants. Actually, probably we don't want anything to be a closer. Probably a closer and setup is actually both mistakes. We should probably make everything middle relief. And then put Presley on use more often. That looks fine.
Okay. And NeL for our hitters.
So we definitely want to play Chipper Jones VL.
Probably for O'Connell.
Yes. Anything else that maybe platooning White and Martin makes sense?
White in against lefties?
Yes. I think that looks fine, just to get some rest. And then I guess, Joe Kelly needs to play somewhere. Where should Joe Kelly play? Maybe third base VR and second base VL?
Second base. Do we want him leading off?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not so concerned about the lineup.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks pretty decent to me.
All right, so let's see what they want for our backups. Again, welcome in back, guys. We're just finishing off our strategy here over the break. Kelly, you probably don't want it all three. Maybe low and left.
Yeah, lower. Yeah, low's fine.
And then over here. Low. All right. Now I know something you suggested last time you were on is going into the strategy and clearing all of these.
Yes, we probably should have done that before we aggressive tired
Yeah,
with everybody,
before we
but
did the pictures.
it's the play
Yeah.
now, so whatever. It doesn't matter too much.
No, we're going for the win here. It is not a pain. It is not
Okay,
a pain.
all right.
Okay. We only got 9 anyway,
That's
so we
true.
might as well.
That's true. I would, by the way, in the same vein as the global pinch hitter tired, a global aggressive tiredness hook setting would be really nice to avoid all this clicking.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because they did make that change a couple months into this version here. So right here, this never used to be in the game. It used to automatically be checked for each batter, each player. So you'd have to go and manually take that off every time. So yeah, if we had one that said, what is it? Aggressive hook, for all pitchers. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be really
like
nice.
The 95-80 for a double elimination.
Well, so the thing is that what we're going to probably want to do is check in after the first game because our strategy is going to depend a lot on whether we win or lose the first game.
Okay.
Because, our fatigue will be very different.
So chat, help us out. Chat, it is full. We got 16 out of 16. It's still in the setup stage, so it should be firing off, and then we'll have probably, 14 minutes or something before the first one comes in.
Yep.
Okay, good. Again, stay tuned, guys. After the next break, we're going to do some trivia. We got some trivia questions for you, some packs to give away. Taking a look, first of all, I don't know if you had a chance to look at today's Spotlight packs. I don't know if they're even up yet. Let's see if they've got them posted.
I'm guessing it's the Baseball Reference 4 plus Negro League 4, but
here it is right here. Yeah, NEL 4, BR 4, or Tuesday Tourney Treasure Trove 1 and 2.
Oh, plus this Ozzie Smith, I guess. I don't think he was any of those.
So we got a lot of silvers as part of this. and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 perfects, including the Campanella, Ozzie Smith, Guidry, Verlander, Cat, Peavy, Walker, Britton, Mays, and it's 26K.
It's a big list.
It is a big list. I think might have been definitely the most silvers I think we've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, these are definitely going to be very, very high variance.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just a matter of, 26K. So in terms of the top 3 that you want to pull, it would probably be what, Mays, Campanella, and Guidry?
I think probably Britton.
Britton
in terms
still?
of just usefulness, but Britton doesn't cost that much. But maybe Verlander. Probably either Verlander or Britton.
All right. And Spore says that the aggressive hook overall strategy, global strategy has been asked for. Excellent.
Phenomenal.
Excellent. Yes. Okay. So again, when we pull our packs a little bit later, one of us is going to have to buy a spotlight pack, and Isidafo's had some really good success.
Yeah. I could go for a Campy, or that would be, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, he can't complain there for sure. All right, next thing I want to do here, let me just find it, is this one right here. As I mentioned earlier today on the first stream and my last stream, Spore is going around looking for requests for community cards, cards of players that you remember as a kid growing up, some of your favorite players who maybe is not in the game yet that you would like to see in the game. So I'm going to kind of compile this for him and maybe once a week send him kind of the form and have him look after it, because he's always looking for community cards for his Tuesday stream. Now, remember, Spore does the Tuesday treasure trove at about noon Eastern on Tuesdays, and fill the form out. No guarantees that the card will be created, of course. This is just a suggestion that Spore can use when he's looking for players, and more than likely it's going to be someone in the iron to maybe gold area. Probably won't be on the mainstream. It'll be part of his Tuesday treasure trove. So yeah, feel free. We got 21 responses so far. We got some great names in there, and make sure you include the team, because some players played for multiple teams. If I put Jesse Barfield, I want a Blue Jay Barfield, not the New York Yankee Barfield. No, Blue Jays. So yeah, list a couple there, and I'll pass that information along to Spore. You got a player, a favorite you're looking for?
I don't know. I don't really have one off the top of my head, but I like just weird seasons. I think those always make for interesting cards.
Weird seasons,
some strange thing about the year or the player, but
yeah,
I don't know that I have on the top of my head.
Like Ron Santo as a Chicago White Sox. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be definitely a weird one.
Yeah, it is a weird one. Okay, let's go through a few of the cards here. We're going to go through some of the Tuesday treasure trove. That'll take us up to the break, and then we'll play some trivia when we get back. I'm just looking if the tournament is fired yet. Nope, we're still good. All right. First of all, the NeL. We got to start there. And on Tuesday, Spore introduced this one. One of the cool names. There's so many cool names. They're not just Joe Smith or Joe Kelly. They're like String Bean Williams. What a name. So, you don't need to necessarily talk about him, but since he's here, low bronze. Is he creeping into your low bronze team as a pitcher?
So, first off, name is great. We have a bunch of players. Actually, I think 3 or 4 players named Williams on the Tuesday stream, and this is definitely the best named of them.
Yes.
So S plus name, but I think he would play low bronze, except we actually don't have a low bronze tournament right now. So he's, I think, a card that kind of isn't going to play full bronze, would play low bronze, but because the tournament doesn't exist, I don't know that he'll ever really have much use.
What about if there was who knows what the future holds for tournaments? We might get a low bronze, but let's say there was a bronze only, no DH. Is he going to play in a full bronze, no DH?
I don't think so. You have a card like the 61 Elam Van Gilder that got released last week in the Tuesday stream. That's sort of just a better pitcher and 3 points less. So I don't think
even as a two-way player.
Yeah, because I don't actually think this is kind of just like worse than someone like Billy Lush as an outfielder. And if Billy Lush costs 3 and Van Gilder costs 61, that's 64. So you're going to prefer to do that always.
And that always confuses me because in a no DH, pitchers hit. So you would think you would want pitchers that had some bat.
Yeah, he'll get a little bump, but I just don't think it's quite enough to really get him to a place where he's like one of the 5 best bronze starters, especially with this Sonny Gray that got released, who's substantially better.
Okay. Joe Black, another NeL, the one that Spore released on Tuesday. Again, probably now we're into the high iron. What do you think?
This is an excellent card. I think this is a pretty clear meta card in iron. I had it as one of the 3 best starters, which are sort of in a tier by themselves. And you should just basically play it. It's a great card.
There you go. Go get your Joe Black. In fact, on my Tuesday stream, I pulled Joe Black.
Oh, there you go.
And I sold him.
Oh, well, he's worth a lot right now because he's in a mission that requires a pretty tight amount of bronze and irons that have been out for a while.
I need you on speed dial, Isidafo.
Well, I didn't know he was going to be in the mission on Tuesday, so that would have changed things. But
did you grow up in the day of those beepers? What are those called that you put on your hip? Those pagers, yeah.
I think the pager was slightly before my time. I never had one myself, certainly, but I don't know that even they were around when I've been sort of a.
Oh, Mark, you're breaking my wallet here. You bought Joe Black for $8K and you sold him for $20K 30 seconds later. I sold him for like under 2,000.
Yeah, he's rather valuable at the moment. He's going to go down pretty fast, but
yeah,
these 4 new Negro League bronze and irons will probably stay in the few thousand range for a week or two.
Yeah. So Chess Safari, you're saying that he's still not on the shop. I can't pull him off now. He's probably gone. Yeah. And I think no one else. I pulled him pretty much after he came out. There was none on the shop, and I don't know. I have a tough time selling an iron card for like a lot. So, like you said, there'll be plenty of them to put in tournaments later. All right, Fred Kloboniditz. Fred. Talk about Fred.
I don't know how to say Fred's name. But this is kind of a card that's really in the Jimmy Ryan mold. It's listed as a pitcher. As you put up the batting here, but that's actually where the card is. This is just a first baseman. The pitching is horrendous. It's worse than the 40s. You can't let it pitch. But yeah, this is one, I think, the best VR first baseman in iron. And it's a 49, so it plays low iron too. It's really an excellent hitter, VR. Just don't let it pitch.
Dance. Okay. Paul says Chloe Dance. Okay.
Yep.
It's cool. You mentioned Jimmy Ryan. One of those cards that came out from the beginning that many people are still using. Is Jimmy Ryan still iron meta after all these months?
Oh yeah, Jimmy Ryan is. He's not in center field anymore because you have this Albert Almora, but he's still a very, very playable DH.
And not as a pitcher though, like you said.
Oh
right?
No. He wasn't a pitcher at launch. Jimmy Ryan's an awful pitcher.
And Spore, we love cards like that. Cards like Jimmy Ryan, Dick Mothall, Hank Aaron from last year. Cards that come out early, but they stand the test of time. They play for months and months and months, even if it's just at a lower level. It's so fun to see those cards still having some use.
Yeah, we've had a couple this year that have sort of still made it. Dave Kingman's still seeing play. Dave McNally still seeing some play. So yeah, there's been a handful that have sort of made it pretty much from launch.
Yeah. Now, Jake Lamb was another one you wanted to bring up here. Here's an iron card. I'm guessing He's absolutely in your lineup versus right-handed pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, this is a phenomenal VR hitter. I, of course, want to play him at third because I'm crazy. But he's so splitty. I mean, Iron is a very right-handed meta, and he's phenomenal VR, but you do have to make sure you actually have the ability to protect him. You probably don't really want him backing up third base VR because that bat is just so horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's a card that you should try to fit on the roster somehow.
Now, in Iron for your third baseman, is it still Dave Kingman?
I had been playing, I'm trying to remember. I think I've been playing the Iron Scott Rowland, if I recall. But Kingman is certainly in the picture. I think I had Kingman at first base VL. I don't remember. Kingman was on my roster, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I remember when he came out, he was like that Joe Black card. You know, he just skyrocketed in price and then came down fairly quickly. But yeah, that was the card to get with that home run, the eye, the defense. What a great card. Yeah.
Yeah, especially back, in the start of the cycle when BABIP was so low.
So where would you play him, Jake Lamb? Would you play him DH, first base?
I mean, I would play him at third because I don't think third base defense means much. But I assume a lot of people are not going to be willing to do that, and they're going to want to play him at first or DH, where he's also quite good.
Wait, I got Charles on the line. What? Tell Isidafo what? The third base is important? Okay. He says you're wrong.
I don't know. This sounds like some kind of propaganda. Not falling for it. Big third base. It's
all right. I love it. Next up, we have Sonny Gray, a card you mentioned earlier. You sounded excited about this card.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of, I have a pretty big gap now between the 5 best bronze starters and the rest of the pack, and this is one of those 5. So yeah, it's Castillo, Giolito, Gray, Willis, and Bartolo Colon in some order. I think those basically should be the 5 starters on every bronze team. They're just kind of by far the best.
Cliff Lee is not in the top 5, or is he more of a bullpen?
I don't like that card as much as a lot of people do. I know there are a lot of people who really play that card and get results with him, and I'm not a fan of those sorts of cards in general. I mean, he's okay. I don't think he's terrible, but not a card I would start at this point.
Would you use someone like Donatello Willis as a stopper then?
No, he's a starter for me.
Is he a starter?
Yeah.
With Cologne? Okay.
Yeah.
So who would you say is a good bronze stopper then for those beginners out there?
Probably the best reliever in bronze is still Mike Timlin.
Even he's splitting. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he has those giant splits, but the PBABIP is just so high that he can sort of get away with it.
All right. So Sonny Gray, and with the 5 you mentioned, is there a good split between righty and lefty pitchers? I'm not familiar if they're righties or lefties.
It's 4 righties and 1 lefty. Of those 5.
Oh, okay. So everyone's going to load up on the lefty bats, is what you're saying?
Probably. I mean, Castillo and Gray. Castillo and Giolito have been around for a long time now, and the other 3 are pretty new. So it's probably still a little bit in flux.
Okay, favorite player of mine growing up watching on the Blue Jays was Jimmy Key. Of course, made his way to several other teams, but did win a championship in '93 with the Blue Jays. Now we're into low silver.
Oh, did he get traded from the Yankees to the Blue Jays in '93? Because this is a '93 Yankee.
I think he did, didn't he? Or did he win in '92? I thought he won in '93. Yeah. Someone check that out. Won the World Series in '92. Okay, thanks, Leo. I wasn't sure if it was '92. I thought I remember him celebrating. Oh, yeah, he did, because he was celebrating with Dave Stieb in '92, and Stieb wasn't on the team in '93. Okay.
There you go. All right. It all comes back to Dave Stieb in the end.
Exactly. The best card in the game, according to the card art department. All right. Jimmy Key, low silver.
Yeah, it's a nice low silver starter. We had no lefties in low silver. We have one now. It doesn't play full silver, but it's a pretty solid low silver starter. So nice card.
All right. And I think we got maybe one couple more here. We've got high silver Herrera. And I'm thinking he plays in high silver.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the PBABIP split is pretty big. and the control split's pretty big, but I think there's enough here that he makes the bullpen, not like a top bullpen option, but I think he does make the team in full silver. Yeah.
So Leo saying that Key got the win in Game 6 as a relief appearance. Does anyone remember? Did Key sign with the Yankees as a free agent? Was he traded? What was the situation there? Because you win a World Series and you got a really good team. I wonder why he would leave. Like, was it a contract thing, or I'm curious because if I just won a championship, I'd kind of want to stay with the team that won a championship. So was it free?
I thought the Blue Jays had a big payroll at that time. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm surprised they wouldn't have tried to re-sign him.
Did they bring in Ricky Henderson in 92 or 93? Do you remember?
No.
All I remember is the first deal they had on the table. I've told this story before, but the first deal on the table was for the young Randy Johnson. And they approached, I think it was it Seattle at the time? And the Seattle manager was like, I don't know. I'll think about it. They had an offer on the table. All they needed was Seattle to agree. And then in the meantime, while they were waiting, Oakland worked up a deal with Toronto for Ricky Henderson. And so a lot of the pieces that went to Oakland, I think were in the Randy Johnson. And then after making the deal with Oakland, Seattle calls up Toronto and says, yeah, we'll make that deal for Randy Johnson.
Oops.
I mean, Ricky got them a championship. He was a big part of that championship team. But could you imagine a young Randy Johnson on the Blue Jays? Oof.
Yeah, that would have been a nice one to have. He was a pretty decent pitcher.
All right, so that was the 93 team that Ricky Henderson was on. All right, next up we've got fan favorite of the Mets anyway, Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah, this is an excellent card. I think I have this as kind of one of the best hitters in silver, along with the Kurt Clefairy, who's been, I guess it was 3 weeks ago now. I think I'm willing to play him in the outfield in right, not in center. But the bat is just so good, you have to find a spot for him someplace.
Now, I know at one time, like David Justice was top meta silver. Is he still just in a different position? Was he right field or left field?
I played him in both corners. I think, I don't have it up right now, but I think he is probably not in the meta anymore. I think it's sort of a little bit behind at this point.
And how about David Ortiz? I know he was big time in the meta as a first base.
Ortiz is definitely out by this point. He was really good at launch, but yeah, there's been a lot of cards that are better.
And I know one that was released, I think it was last week, that is a big part of the meta. I think starting pitcher Carlton.
Carlton is a very silly card. He's like a gold that says 78 on him. So yeah, it's a tremendous card.
And how about the silver Mickey Mantle?
That one I don't think plays, actually. He played in that one PTCS he was kind of released just before, and I haven't found a use for him since that.
And then the card that a lot of people ripped packs for this week. When it was announced on Tuesday, I rip packs. I play bronze tournaments, and I was fortunate to get one. Not for 250,000 or whatever it was going for. And this card here, third baseman, limited edition, is now on my bronze team. I'm hoping I made a good choice.
So the first thing is, this is a tremendously strong card. This is like probably between a win and a win and a half better than Brocious and Doug DeCinces, who are like the next two options. It is sort of interesting though. This card as a limited edition, he can't play the Bronze Brunch, the daily. He can't play the Welcome Mat Cap. He can't play the Tournament Lab. He can't play the Bronze Live. So there's actually a lot of tournaments that he would otherwise be eligible for that he kind of isn't allowed to play because there's limited edition restrictions or some other thing. And even like the daily late bronzes, 1934, he becomes less important than he does in modern because he's no gap power and defense matters more there. So it's an interesting card for that reason. I think most likely anyone who spent like 200K or whatever will not get 200K back from this card. Unless you're sort of just jamming bronze quicks all day and sitting on your computer clicking the bronze quick button, like,
Hey, what are you saying? What are you saying? I represent that.
Yeah. No, I mean, even then, I don't know that I'll actually return 200K. I think the reason you probably buy this card is because for that price is to try to play him in a PTCS or something like that.
And do you play him at third base or DH?
Yes, third base.
Play him at third base. Oh, right, because third base, not as important. So there you go. So if you did get yourself a Suarez, congratulations. If you sold one, I know someone posted that they sold theirs for 130 and now it's going for 200. I think if you sold yours for 130, take that as a win. That is a win. So just sec Isidafo, I have to span a bronze quick here. So there we go. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting actually to see what this card would have gone for last year if last year's quick reward structure had been in place, because the quicks were basically twice as good last year as they are this year.
Right.
And I think probably you could have then very easily defended paying 200K for this, and probably even more than that.
Yeah, there were some of those limited editions out of 100 that were going for well over 100, 150K, even late in the game. So I remember picking up some irons and bronzes, and they were expensive. So this, with double the pack reward or similar to last year, maybe even 300K is what it would be going for.
Yeah, it would have been a very expensive card. I mean, it already was a very expensive card, but it would have been an even more expensive card.
Okay, well, Isidafo, we lost our first game, so I'm going to bring it up because there's still 6 minutes before the second game comes in. We are on a break, so Isidafo and I are going to fix this so we don't lose two in a row. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. For those of you that don't have ads, you can kind of watch Isidafo's thought process. So we lost to the Bowlers in 12 innings.
Yeah, we're in a huge amount of trouble unless Randy Johnson pitched 10 of those.
Let's see.
Hopefully
we score in the 11th, but they tie it up. And Randy Johnson pitched 10 and a third.
Okay, so that's fine. So we have to go back to 5-man rotation because we're going to have no off days the rest of the tournament.
Randy Jones?
Yeah. Well, that's the only other starter, so we don't have a choice. But we're in a lot of trouble here. We sort of gambled that we're going to win the first game somewhat, but going with only 9 pitchers, and it did not work.
It was it was ours. I mean, we took the lead, and then they scored. Charlton blew the save and gave up the winning run.
Yeah, Randy Johnson was. I mean, the Verlander was also really good, but
yeah, which Verlander is that? That's the perfect.
One, yeah.
So now maybe we should have saved Randy for game 2, knowing we'd go.
No, I think winning game 1 is so like in double eliminations. Winning the first game is like the most important thing because you get like 2 off days off that game if you win it.
So now we're playing against Scott Bankhead and Wildcat Bandits Team Oklahoma, the 96 Bankhead.
Well, Bankhead at least, our pitcher fits the park much better and is a better pitcher anyway, so that's nice.
So we do have a little bit of an edge there. None of our hitters are tired. They're all fresh to go. Let's see what Wildcat has against us here. Wilmot, Holiday, Julian.
Where's his second perfect? If he's not, is it a reliever?
I don't know. Good question. Maybe it was 2 pitchers. Monty Ward. Or no, that's this one here. So no batters, so it must be a pitcher then.
Oh, it's Eric Gagne. It's Eric Gagne and Joe Barry, 2 relievers. That's interesting.
Must not have had many choices then
Yeah,
for pitchers.
probably not. 1 doesn't seem horrible in this kind of format, but 2 I don't like.
Yeah, let's see if everyone took the deal. Beachport is good. Candlepin is good. Sporer is in the game. The Dick Shot Dugouts.
Cool Bell is pretty useful for this.
EV.
Oh, Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw. Guidry or Carlin Fussmucker. Houston Heat. Ooh, Houston's only
pitcher.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they win their first game, I wonder? Yes.
Yes, so that is a pretty decent. Then this is pretty good, probably.
Houston Heat, Reb Jr. Dodger Town, Guidry and Scherzer. Ooh. The Frackers, Mike Adams. Fanatic. Oh.
I'm actually surprised the game let this go through.
Yeah. Please tell me they won. No, 9-1.
Well, they have 1 reliever. If their starter doesn't get through, it's all over. Jim Unknown came in. Yeah,
Jim Unknown came in. The game was over by that time anyway, but I don't know what went on there, Fanatic.
Yeah,
I mean, there were a lot of cards. You would have had pitchers to choose from, I would think, but maybe you just got a bad set of cards and got a lot of hitters to choose from.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see. What is their?
But I think the 6. Even if you win the first game, it's just not going to work.
Yeah. So they went 3 hitters. So maybe they just decided not to take I don't know. That's just All right. Who else do we got? The Engineers are good.
Oh, Monty Ward is one of the best cards for this format.
Oh yeah.
Well, Monty Ward is one of the best cards for a lot of formats, but
I have you on not for those kind of comments there, Isidafo. Come on. That's a Charles comment. Randy Johnson for the Red Shirts, and for the Rangers, another Monty Ward that they got. They got a lot of pitchers.
Yeah, well, Ward helps you so much because you actually get a real.
They're going to need him because they lost that first game. All right, so the bounty is on the line. Every single team, that's pretty cool. Every team took the deal and met the qualifications. Yeah. So now, who did I say we play? We play, Team Oklahoma. So Wildcat Bandit, if you beat us, the packs are yours. If you don't beat us, then it looks like we play, I think, Sporer or Don't Cut the D Block Dragon. I think that's how it works. Is we play one of those 2 teams.
Actually, I think we're gonna play someone from the other side, if I remember.
Oh, so maybe the Boilers or Frackers. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll find out in less than a minute here. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that potential tournament loot, always on stream, I lose. I don't know. Even if you or Charles do the drafting.
That's what we call it. That's streamer luck, right? That's what.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Sure. You're missing a few letters in front of luck, though. Game to come in OOTP24. We're about a minute and a half before that sim comes in. So let's go back and look at a couple of the cards that came out today. Some of those gold cards, and then we'll get back to finish off the trivia. Okay, one I brought out here was Eugene Bremer. Eugene Bremer, starting pitcher. Again, gold. So kind of wanted your opinion because he's got that really good control, but very, very splitty again. Does he fit even in a bullpen in gold?
I don't think he quite gets there, actually. Just doesn't. It seems like he's just kind of a little bit behind the other gold stuff at the moment. So. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just sort of it's just not quite good enough with the splits and the low stuff. It just doesn't get there.
What about in a dead ball? I don't. These would be qualify for a dead ball kind of tournament. Is he a player you consider more? I mean, obviously you consider more for dead ball, but does he crack the lineup then?
He might make it in like that. I forget what it's called, the golden dead ball rebirth golden era thing. It's in 1917.
Right.
Maybe he gets in the roster there, but I don't know that he's like an important card. And this. I think this is a card that you're just buying for the mission, probably.
Yeah. Quiz kit is not up. Did the quiz kit go down?
No, I think it's just that it's blocking some of the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's blocking the screen because I can't close the quiz kit because then it closes the game. So you know what? Let's go back and finish the trivia first. Let's go do that.
Works for me.
Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah. Fortunately, you can't have both with quiz kit. So question number, I think we're on question 8 or 9. Here it comes. In his 1956 season, Jackie ended up with how many hits in the regular season?
Oh my goodness.
His last season, how many hits did he get? 98, 113, 77, or 69?
I have no idea.
So you took a guess or did you take a zero?
Nope. Another zero.
All right, let's see if that paid off. Let's see if Sean Sol or Hawk Moon were able to get this one. No one went with the Gabagoo Luigi meme. Okay.
Yeah, I think people know now pretty much. If you see a 69, it's not the answer. So at some point, you're gonna have to sneak one in there where it is the answer.
We're gonna have a quiz that all revolve around that, because then everyone has a 69 in it.
Yes.
All right, let's see how the crew did. IBDB, flick of the wrist, top 2 to ring in, and Isidafo has hung on to the lead. At the bottom,
everyone skipped that one pretty much.
Jeff Steele Flex is going for a new record here, minus 122,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Not as much as a Suarez card, though, but it's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Question 10. According to Baseball Reference, Oscar Charleston had a career batting average of 365, 333, 372, 344.
Man, I know it now. Okay. Somehow this number is stuck in my head, and I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going with it.
Really? Which one?
344. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
How many days in the year is it awful?
Oh, is it 365? I was tricked. I don't know why that number was stuck in my head for some reason as someone's batting average, but
yeah, 344 is one of those numbers that is kind of within the range, but
was that
not in this case.
It might be Ted Williams, now that I think about it.
Oh. All right. Fussmucker, Rob Deere and Headlights, IBDB, quickest to ring in. A lot of people got that one. And you're hanging up.
344 is Ted Williams. That's probably why it was in there someplace. Yeah.
All right. So, you've got about a 3,000 point lead, less than 3,000 points now. Next up. Once he hit a line drive right past my ear, I turned around and saw the ball hit his ass sliding into second. Who said that? About Cool Papa Bell. Page, Smith, Willis, or Brown? Whose quote? You got your own question wrong.
Yeah, okay. This is not a good showing.
If it was a Dave Steve question, maybe more success. Okay. Card that everyone was, I think EBC might have said like 10 people guessed this card, I think. Minnie Minoso. Oh. EBC, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Minnie Minoso played in so many decades, played in up into the 2000s even. So he kept his streak going playing ball. What say you about Minnie?
I don't really see him getting played, I don't think. he has these positions. He has far too much defense at third base, so that's immediately out. No, but I mean, the bat's just kind of not good enough, I think, for low diamond at this point.
Okay.
There's not a lot of eye, kind of low power, and I just don't. There's so many good hitters in low diamond now. Low diamond has really exploded the past month or so, so it's tough to break in there now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of good low diamond. Now, just maybe it's too hard for you to gauge, but if we were to give him, like, what would it take to get him very close? Like maybe +5 more eye, +3. Like, how close is it? How narrow of a gap?
I think it's probably more like 10 or 15 points of eye.
Okay, so that
it's a lot. The bat's just not good enough.
All right, so Mini Minoso, if you're in my perfect drafts, I'm taking you. I'm taking you because you're an icon of the game. Next up, we've got Dan Bankhead, and I put him up because of that pitcher BABIP, 96, high diamond.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of pitcher BABIP, and unfortunately, he is just kind of behind a lot of the other recently released diamonds. We've gotten the Spud Chandler and Corbin Burns in back-to-back weeks that are really strong. We have the Jose Fernandez and Orel Hershiser, and this really isn't all that close to those. I would be surprised if this saw play ever.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of these sets, the NeL sets, are kind of limited because of the time period and because of the stats that they may have accumulated in other leagues and not in the major leagues. So it's tough really for a lot of these guys, especially late in the cycle, to break through as a meta card, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like the pre-1920 guys, like Pop Lloyd is a great example who, I mean, is one of the best players in baseball history and sort of never ends up getting the card that he probably deserves because, the stats from that era are kind of, missing in a lot of places and not super organized.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a little bit difficult.
And DVC's right. Tetsuiji has now a card for his Disney themed team. He's got Mini.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got William Bell. Again, I put him up because, again, he's got a lot of control, a lot of stamina. Again, maybe more ideally suited for the 1930 era, that kind of era.
Yeah, I think Bell is closer than Bankhead was. I have him like between 5th and 10th for starters in Diamond. If you're missing those top 4 guys, you might think about him. But I don't think like a meta team will play him.
All right. Oops. Who do we got next? Wilson, left fielder. BABIP, no eye though. So I think the eye, I think this is pretty straightforward. The eye really holds back this card. So if it wasn't for the eye, it's a better card than we saw with Mini, but the eye is just too low.
Yeah, the eye just holds him back. He probably has to DH because this defense is really bad. And the DH, the level you need to play DH in Diamond is, Norm Cash and David Ortiz and Dick Allen. Like, it's enormous. It's basically perfect level bats. But yeah, Regis is not close to it.
Johnny Fury, Ricky Henderson getting 7 steals in a game, which awards him 9,000 perfect points.
Wow.
That you are about a tenth of the way to getting a Joe Black iron. You're almost there. Keep plugging away, Johnny. Keep plugging away.
You do it 25 more times, you can get a Suarez.
Run Ricky until he can't run anymore. All right. Now we get on to our 99 and then our hundreds. John Beckwith, multi-positional, again in a tournament, in a perfect draft. He's going to be fully trained at all those positions. Maybe you want to use him at catcher in a perfect draft. I don't know. Eyes better. Rest of the ratings are a little bit lower than we saw with the other card. Again, because he's high diamond, there's just, like you said, there's just too many cards that have come out that are upper tier.
Well, this one I think plays actually.
What?
I think this may be my favorite card of the set. Like just in terms of design, I have this as both the best shortstop and catcher. in full diamond, which is sort of an interesting combination. I don't think he's playable at the other positions because the bat is not good enough there. But it's really interesting because I don't actually know where he's supposed to go. I think he's supposed to play catcher probably.
Yeah.
On like an open build, but it's not. Putting him at shortstop is also pretty reasonable. You can try to do like the Harry Ford thing that people have been starting to do in Gold a lot, where you run the 1-2-way catcher and then like him as a backup. You can think about doing that with someone like Bill Pierce and Beckwith. There's options with this that are pretty interesting. Really nice card, actually.
But what about Jeff Mathis?
Well, he's a little light for Diamond, probably.
Yasmin Grandal.
Grandal was actually, I think, in the conversation for Diamond. But yeah, I mean, this card is actually really good. It's
okay. Well, I think I got fooled with the 80s for a lot of the infield kind of numbers there. I was thinking by high diamond. I mean, I'm not a good enough player to make high diamond, but high diamond, I would think you'd want range like over 100 by now, wouldn't you? Or
well, it's the kind of this pitcher BABIP thing where you can get away with a lot lower defense than you could in tournaments than you could in previous years. And this, I mean, previously like people were playing, Glasscock or Fernando Tatis or something at shortstop, and this is a much better bat than either of those. And okay, you're losing 10 points of range, but with PBAB it doesn't matter as much. Okay, it ends up kind of working out.
Now you said you wouldn't play him at third because of the bat. Obviously, defense it doesn't matter as much. But who's the third baseman at a high diamond level then?
My top two-way third baseman is the tournament edition David Wright. But I like Jim Thome VR if you can find a spot for him.
That's the new one, right? The choice pack.
Yeah.
That card can hit. I've used him in some perfect drafts, and
yes,
he definitely can hit. All right. Well, I'm glad I brought this one up because, again, when I think of high diamond, I'm thinking that I and the defense would just not be high enough. But you're saying that based on what's out there already, this is a card that the combination of everything else makes it a playable meta card.
Yeah, it's just like kind of in the middle, right? It's like good enough defense, but not great defense, and good enough bat, but not great bat, and the combo seems to be enough to get it to play.
All right. Well, Spore is he's upset right now. Not because of the card. No. Not because of the card. No. Great card. But apparently we played him in the perfect draft.
Oh.
And apparently we beat him.
Oh,
then we went on and beat the Frackers. I think that was the order.
This is a much better showing than we usually have in these things.
Yeah, we just beat the Frackers, I think, and before that we beat Spore 16-7.
Oh wow, what a game! 11 runs in the ninth inning. Oof.
Now I know what you mean by your comment, Spore. Up 7. What would he be up 7-5? Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We had the 5 runs in the 8th too. We were down 4-0 going in the 8th. 5-3-11. That's quite the win expectancy graph there.
I'm afraid to look at his pitching staff now.
I'm guessing some Jim Unknowns entered the game. Oh, it ignored Cool Papa and Wild Bill Wright. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, it was Carl Edwards Jr. that had a game to forget. Same with Mike Marshall. Ted Trent came in, but not soon enough, apparently.
Yeah, I guess
we had
not.
Seaver and Charlton, so wow. 11 runs in the 9th inning. Too bad you didn't get PP for this, because that should have been a few thousand.
Yeah.
Hilton got a home run for us in the 9th inning. 3 on grand slam for Todd Helton.
All right, well, looking at Helton's slash line, at least, I think we probably made a good choice going with him because that was
Yes.
rather solid.
Because the other choice was Skeens, wasn't it? Yeah, Skeens.
Yeah.
Whoa, that is yeah. Usually we're on the losing end of those games. We will take it this time on the winning end. So now it is the Rockachas up against the Hornets, and Fussmucker is the next one that gets to try and knock us out. So if we look at the tree, winner of this will go on to play the loser of the A side. So we still need to win. Actually, we get a bye now. Maybe not. I don't think we get a bye.
We need to win this game, then the next game, and then we would have a 3-game finals, which for some reason in PT, you sort of get your losses reset in the finals, which I don't understand. The double elimination is a bit messed up in the finals, but
you get your
well, because normally the team that comes from the winner side only has to win 1 of 2 games, and the team from the loser side has to win 2 games in a row. But for some reason in this, it just resets, and it's just a normal best of 3.
Right. Well, the good news is, and maybe not so good news for Fussmucker, is Randy Johnson is ready to go.
All right. That's good.
We won't have him for the finals, though, I don't think, because, well, maybe we would late if we go late.
Yeah, he could go in the bullpen probably for the 3rd game of the finals.
And Fussmucker, where's that George Carlin team? There it is. Well, he has his ace too. He's got Ron Guidry, so it's a pitching duel.
Yeah, probably we have a small advantage, but pretty balanced.
I have to ask you, do we risk it and play someone else and save Randy for the possible semifinals?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we have to win both these games anyway, so we might as well just pitch him now. Our bullpen's a little tired anyway, so he can hopefully give them some rest.
Oh, true. Yeah. Clippard's the only rested guy. So we do have a rested Derek Lowe ready to go next game. So good luck, Fussmuckers. And yeah, this definitely the furthest we've made it in a tournament to the Final Four here. So Rockachas, take a quick peek at they got a Todd Helton as well. 4-man rotation, which they can afford to do. And the Blue Hornets, their perfect card was
so look at him. That's the card. Pretty good first start too.
No comment. All right. Beach Blue Hornets. I hope we get a chance to match up against you and Dave Steeb in the finals. Okay, we have a couple perfect cards to talk about here. 3, I think, right? 3 perfect cards.
Yes, I believe it is. This 3 perfects.
The packable Roy Campanella. Of course, the Roy Campanella is famous in this version of the game because he was one of the cards you needed for Jackie. You needed Roy or you needed Duke Schneider, I think, at some point. Yes. And this one is slightly better, isn't it?
Yeah, the other one didn't play at all. It was just valuable for that Jackie mission. But this one is excellent. This is definitely on the roster. I have this better than Ivan Rodriguez in league both ways. The question then is who you're playing as your other catcher. So this is definitely one of them. But then you can play Ivan Rodriguez, who's the better 2-way, but you're sort of stacking up righties. And there are now right-handed pitchers in the league meta. You know, there's DeGrom and Arrieta and Verlander. Or you can play like a Mickey Cochran with Campanella and try to platoon them. And I'm not quite sure which one's better, actually. I think it's an interesting situation, the catcher meta.
Between Cochran and Campanella?
No, Campanella is definitely playing. It's I think really between Cochran and Rodriguez.
Oh.
For the second catcher.
Has anyone in chat pulled any of the higher diamonds or Campanella today in their packs? Because I know you guys are ripping packs. You can't fool me. You're ripping packs. Have any of you pulled any of these diamonds or perfects? Caged Wisdom says no, not yet. And EVC says much needed catcher upgrade for his Dodger theme team. Yeah.
That's definitely a big help over those guys.
because previously it was Campy and Piazza. So yeah, you're going to get a big boost there.
Big upgrade.
So ultimately, are you saying you're going to play this over Ivan Rodriguez?
I'm definitely gonna play this. I'm not sure whether I will take. I'm not sure whether I will take Cochran or Rodriguez off my roster once I get him. I have to think about that.
Rodriguez is probably selling for more, though, right? If you were to sell one,
probably though. I have no intention to sell either.
no. All right. Then our 2 mission cards, and I love this card. I'm a big fan of high level pitchers. You know, to me, looking at it, it is. If it's not in the top 5, it's right on the cusp of it. What do you think about left? And he's a lefty too. Is it ballpark dependent, or does he make it regardless?
I mean, so this is basically a clone of Sandy Koufax, the immortal Sandy Koufax. It's an almost identical card. And I actually don't. I think both him and Koufax are sort of fringy options. For a league starting rotation. Certainly, you know, you're playing Kershaw, DeGrom, and Arrieta. Those are kind of the top 3. And then I think Bumgarner is a good bit better than the rest. And then there's like Verlander, Koufax, this new Foster, Ron Guidry, and you just need to pick one of them. Even the Randy Johnson you could think about maybe. But he's in the mix. He can play in the bullpen. You know, it's a fine card.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2-way is decent. I mean, you could think about using, like, this is the best pitcher of the 2-ways. So you could definitely think about using him in some kind of a cap thing for the outfield.
And the best 2-way pitcher last year, was that Bulla Joe Rogan?
I mean, it was Ohtani at the end of the cycle.
Right. For NEL, though, it ended up being Bulla Joe.
For NEL last year. I think the Rogan last year was not great. It was like early cycle and really splitty. Was there another good one? I don't remember.
I can't
remember.
Ohtani
was the big one last year. Ohtani was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was the top spunt one, right? Yeah. Okay. And then the ultimate card, the card everyone knew was coming, the card that EVC had on his bunk list, and they said, no, EVC, it is not bunk. We are going to get an Oscar. And even before the stream, I asked you, you know, who you thought the 100 card might be. And you said, oh, Oscar. Oscar will be there. And there he is. Mission reward, Oscar. Now, the mission is quite difficult, as we know, because you need, I think, every non-topper card in NEL.
You don't need all of them, I don't believe. So I guess actually maybe we can bring up the missions, because those are definitely something to talk about with this to see how difficult it is to get.
Can you share your screen there?
Oh, yes. How do I do that again? Present, that's it. Share screen. Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'll just let you know that
there we go.
Dave Stieb got beat by the Rocketchaws on the A side of the semifinals. Steve gave up 1 run in 8 innings, and just like Dave Stieb does, he gets no support from his bullpen. And the bullpen gave up 2 more earned runs in the 9th, and the Rocketchaws, an underdog, go to the finals. And we beat Fussmucker.
All
and
right.
So now we go to the semi-final-ish kind of thing, where we play the team that just lost. So 3 teams
How's
left.
the bullpen? Is our bullpen completely dead?
This is a key moment. So I got to bring this up, because I don't want to blow this and then Isidafo gets on my case. All right, let's go. Lap, why didn't you do this? Here we are playing the Blue Hornets in 4 minutes.
No,
we got Clifford.
Sort of okay. We have a rested pitcher. What are Presley and Charlton's percentages? Can you just mouse over them?
Presley is at 77.
Okay.
Charlton at 55.
Okay, so I'd go to strategy and turn down the that 80 to 75. That way it'll actually bring Presley in the game instead of Charlton. That looks fine otherwise. I don't think we need to do anything else. We are going to need 3 more starters. So those 3 are Cease, Seaver, and Jones. Johnson will go in the bullpen, but he's too tired right now. Okay, that's just fine then.
All right. And we play who? Which team was it that we go up against here?
I think it was the Blue Hornets. I think.
Blue Hornets.
Yes.
So we're playing their number 4 guy, Guzman, who hasn't pitched yet.
Yeah, that's what happens when you win games in double eliminations. You get a lot of off days. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Actually,
do we want to bench any of our hitters here?
No, I just leave it probably. I mean, okay, actually, given that this is we could lose a game, we could. What are these percentages at? These tired guys.
Joe Kelly's 80, Drew is 90, Jan is 68 as catcher, and Khan is 80.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe we should try to win. So let's go to daily lineups.
Daily lineups.
Yeah. You got to turn it on. They're in lineup choice.
Where do I turn this on here?
Yeah. Use daily lineups, and then if you just go to manage and do paste lineup, press left. Yeah, that. And then the only thing we need to do is replace the catcher because he's too tired. So the other catcher was Shrek and Ghost.
Go.
So we're basically trying to win this game because we can lose the one afterwards, and this game we have to win.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty decent.
We don't want to move him to the number 9 slot or 8 slot.
I mean, those are all really bad hitters. Those 3 guys at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll submit that. We've done the best we can, and let's just take a look at if they have any tired hitters because they played a lot of baseball now. No, they're fresh. Okay. All right, underdog, you will either see us or you will see the team that you just beat in the finals very shortly. All right. So back to, did we finish Charleston? Or do you have anything else to comment on?
I want to talk about the missions here.
Oh, right.
So in order to get Charleston, you have to do are we good? Yeah, okay. You have to do this this mission, this Negro Leagues 1 to 4 collection. So you have to finish all 3 Negro League 4 missions, and then you have to do this Toppers mission. So we can look at that. This mission is, in the long run, the easiest, but right now it's going to be a little tough. All of these cards were released on Tuesday. And because the irons and bronzes are in spotlights right now, or not in spotlights right now, they're rather pricey, as you can see. Actually, I'm going to buy that. So, it's all these irons and bronzes are costing, 15, 20K because there aren't a lot of them yet.
Wow.
So, but in the long term, this will be a pretty cheap mission. This will not be hard.
So what is the difficult one then?
So this one, you need 180 points. So you can either do that with, it looks like all 3 of these diamonds plus, well, actually 3 of the 4 diamonds or Campanella. You kind of have a choice. So this one is hard, but not with spotlights, not ridiculous. This will, I don't know, this probably costs right now, 200K-ish, it looks like. Maybe 2 to 300K. Maybe more than 300K. And then this one, the early years, you need, it looks like either 3 of the high ones or 2 of the high ones and the low ones and the golds. So this one's pretty easy. This one will not be expensive for long.
Do any of them require toppers or no?
Yes, there is one. This one requires 7 of the 9 other Negro Leagues toppers.
Oh.
Let's see what these are selling for right now. It looks like, this is an expensive mission if you don't already own these cards. It looks like it's about a 400K mission at the moment. But a lot of these cards, people already own, or in the case of the Satchel Paige, may have locked, like I did. So, probably not a lot of having to go run out and buy these cards if people have kept them around from doing the first 3 sets. But if not, these will be a bit pricey.
And there's a lot of people that sold their toppers because they might not have seen any value in them after they,
Yeah, so it looks like the full cost to do everything right now probably looks like about 750, 800K. Maybe slightly more because the other mission is expensive. Maybe more like 900K right now. And you get Charleston, Foster, 4 historical diamonds, 2 perfects, and 2 diamond packs. So that's like it's like 175K or 200K in pack value. So you're basically paying about 700K for Foster and Charleston, probably.
Well, and that for a mission that just came out for 2 high-profile cards like that doesn't seem too bad.
No, it's not too bad, actually. I mean, that's what solar spotlights do. Spotlights make it that everyone gets, everyone who has the points can get every card they want immediately. And that's sort of the, it makes for a very, similar top of the meta.
Again, I would have expected over 1 million points to get 2 cards, all those packs, but I think we're going to see a few Oscars in the game fairly quickly if we haven't already. So we didn't really go over him that much in terms of where do you play him? Does he platoon with anyone? Of course, he's meta. He's going to be on all Perfect League teams at some point. Give us some insight on Charleston.
So, I mean, I have Charleston as the best VR at all 3 outfield spots. You don't play him in center because Willie Mays can only play center, and Willie Mays is better than the other outfielders. So he's a corner outfielder. It is worth noting, as I think was mentioned on the stream, that his stock left and right field ratings are slightly higher, so he won't take quite as long to train. It still would have been really nice to have him full train from the start because left and right field are where he's supposed to go. But yeah, he's great at either corner. He's great in center if you know Willie Mays. He's not so bad at first base, though. Bruthers and Brett are 2 of the players that are actually better hitters than this, so he's probably never playing first. But either corner, I think he's phenomenal. Probably actually you can platoon if you have kind of everything. But still a pretty solid card VL.
And so who does he kind of knock out then? Who are some of the players that people are likely to replace him with?
Probably a card like Todd Helton or Larry Walker, where people were running as kind of DH options VR. He can sort of kick one of those players, one of the players who's playing outfield to DH. You could replace whoever was your backup left fielder. Backup left field was a bit tricky before this because Aaron plays left, and kind of no one else does except Dylan Cruz. So whoever that player was, you can replace that player. I don't think he replaces K-Line because K-Line is actually better VL than this in right field. So you could, for example, you do something like putting Aaron at first, VL and Charleston in left and K-Line in right. That's a possible option. Griffey, I don't think plays. I don't think he ever played, but certainly after Mays, Griffey is not close. You can't play Griffey. Really, yeah, you want Aaron, Mays, and Charleston and K-Line, and maybe someone else if they're DH or helping to back up some place, and that's pretty much it for outfield.
Brent asked in the chat about Silver. He plays Silver tournaments and was wondering
first base.
Yeah.
I can check who I was playing. I don't actually remember off the top of my head who that is. Give me a second. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I can't even think of a player. I know Ortiz at one point would be first base.
No, Ortiz anymore.
Fielder?
Who do you say? Sorry,
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder. No, he doesn't have a silver. I don't think. Bellinger is an outfielder. I don't think you play Bellinger at first. Guerrero is an option. Oh, Seanwell. Yeah, probably Seanwell. That's probably the right one. Or Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Fielder had a silver
Oh,
card.
he's
Yeah,
a Tiger Silver. Okay, I don't remember that card. It probably.
okay. So there's a few options then for.
Yeah, I like Seanwell. I think Seanwell's probably a pretty good answer. That's probably what I would do.
Okay, there you go, Brent. So I think that's pretty much it with Oscar, right? Nothing else we need to talk about there.
I guess maybe actually, hold on. If I go back in, he does have pitching ratings, so maybe we should mention those.
Okay, yeah, go in.
I think there is already a couple in perfectly.
That one right there, Brent, you can see that I posted there. SCHANUEL. Chanel.
Yeah, I've got Oscar's pitching ratings up if you wanna show my screen. So it's not great, and it's kind of irony, but it's something. I mean, he can do it. He doesn't have a lot of stamina, but he does 3 pitches, and he could be potentially kind of a bullpen saver kind of a card in some kind of a cap. Not amazing, but it is worth noting.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know where you'd use him unless it was a dead ball tournament, but
it's probably just for like you're completely out of pitchers, and it's better to put him in than put in Jim Unknown.
Yeah. Okay, Sporer, since you're in the chat, I didn't ask you this in DM, but who is your card of the set? Who is the card that you made either today or Tuesday that you really enjoyed? You liked how it turned out, whether it's for personal reasons or just the construction of it. While you're thinking of that, Isidafo, I think you mentioned the 99 was your card of the set.
Yeah, I think Beckwith would be the one for me. Yeah, that card looks very interesting and really useful.
Okay. And for me, it is going to be the one that we introduced on the pregame show today, the Home Run Johnson. I don't know. I just like the name. Again, he's got some ability there versus left-handed pitchers. You thought he was a little bit of an interesting card. We didn't really talk about him in depth, but
yeah, I think he plays.
He plays, yeah. Second base, you'd probably put him at second base.
Yeah, I think he's platooning second base with Nellie Fox, probably.
Nellie Fox and Home Run Johnson. Okay, so there are our 2 cards. And Sporer went with, I almost went with that one, Sporer, just because of the name. Like
Goose Curry's, we didn't mention it, but he's actually a really good card too.
Goose Curry, yeah. I don't, I can try to maybe bring that one up here. Let me just give me a second here. Goose Curry. He was a gold, wasn't he?
Yes, I think an 86.
Okay, let's see if I got that one here. Goose Curry. No, I didn't get any of the golds, only the 88. So unless you have them on your screen there quickly.
I can bring him up, yeah. See, here he is.
We got Tristan McKenzie, String Bean Williams, and Paul Sporer. There we go. We have the String Bean triplets.
Yeah, CJ Edwards.
CJ Edwards, yeah.
Yeah. No, so this is very much a Charles card, as you can see. Has a tremendous amount of eye, but yeah, I think this is kind of a meta gold outfielder. I don't think it quite plays low diamond, but yeah, really, really nice gold card.
And selling for about 25,000, I see.
Yeah, that's just mission value, probably.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we've covered all the cards. Chad, if you have any questions, since we have Isidafo here about, how a particular card you're thinking about getting or thinking about using, here's your chance to ask Isidafo like Brent did about a silver first baseman. If there's a position in a specific type of format that you're saying, I can't figure out a second baseman for this or a third baseman for that, now is your chance to ask. While they're doing that, Isidafo, maybe get ready for the pack opening contest.
Let me make sure I am not at the card limit because that would be a problem.
So we play a 9-inning game here where every inning we each open a pack. We keep the score. And I believe we're 1-1. Isidafo won 1 week, and I won the second week.
Yeah,
However,
very low scoring.
yes. However, Isidafo was the real winner because he opened a spotlight pack each time, and he got I think a Todd Helton and a Dennis Eckersley.
Yes, I think that was. Yes, I believe that was the two that I pulled.
All right. And Spore says that Goose can pitch as well. So he's got a little bit of pitching stats.
It didn't look like the pitching was going to be too useful to me, especially because he only has 2 pitches. But he does have pitching stats.
And yeah, he is a top 3 catcher, Leo. In fact, Isidafo was kind of mentioning he might be the top catcher.
He's a top 1 catcher.
Yeah. So he's number 1 of 1.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to go back into the tournament, show you what's going on there, because we're in the final component here. And in the semifinal, we happen to win it 4-3.
All right.
4-3, we win. And it did pitch Presley and Charlton, who I thought shouldn't have pitched because the threshold, I thought he was like
I don't know why it brought Charlton. It should have brought in whichever the other rested guy was. I forget if it was Uehara or someone else.
Yeah, it was Clippard.
Clippard.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so then we went on to play the first game of the finals, and we lost. The Rocket Jaws beat us 8-1. They humiliated us with Blackwell. Cease was the pitcher. So now we need all your mustered strength and energy to come up with some sort of strategy.
We have 2 rested relievers. Okay, so let's put Randy Johnson in the bullpen. Because he will not get back to full, I don't think.
As a mid reliever or closer?
Yeah, I just put him as a mid reliever. Yeah, middle relief.
Okay.
He probably won't be brought in for this game, but I think he could be brought in the next game.
42%, yeah.
Maybe, I mean, you could put him, yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, he's 20% relief. Yeah, he won't be brought in this game, but the next game he might be able to. We could try to short rest him. And maybe that's better. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should put Jones in the bullpen instead. Start Seaver and short rest Randy for game 3 if we get there.
Leave Randy in the bullpen or bring him back?
No. They're both called Randy, so we should be.
Which Randy? We only got 6 minutes.
Yes, I think we put Randy Johnson in the rotation. Randy Jones in the bullpen, and Tom Seaver is today's starter. Yeah, Randy J. That's true. They're both Randy J. It's very good. They're both being Randy J-O. It's a big mess.
You have to go to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th letter.
Yeah.
Before we finally get one. Jeez.
And even that is a silent letter. I mean, if that H wasn't there,
yes.
it would be.
Okay, the shorter name is in the bullpen.
And then how is our position player fatigue here?
So what about, because it's going to be Seaver and then probably...
It'll be short-rested Randy Johnson. He'll be at 68% probably.
Okay. So do we even put Cease and Lowe in the bullpen, or not worth it?
We could, but the game won't bring him in. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
They're too low.
Jan Gomes is at 91%. Todd Helton at 75%.
Okay, we should probably force Helton to play the last 2 games. So if you go to Helton's player strategy.
Or start at first?
No, just set his bench when fatigue to like 5 or something.
13. Okay, is that it for him?
Yep, that should make it start Helton. I think we could also data line up him just to be safe, but it's fine. And then otherwise, looks like everyone's rested, so I think we're good to go.
I'm just looking at the stats. 387 for Joey Votto. Good call there on Joey Votto. on sacrificing a pitcher.
Well, Helton's hitting 455, 526, 697. So that's
that was
decent.
A great choice. I'll take him over Paul Skeens any day. I wonder if anyone did get Paul. Let's go to the no Paul Skeens. Let's compare our Todd to the other Todd. Oh, both the finalists have Todd Helton. There's a lucky charms.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's a Todd Helton tournament.
381. And I don't think we checked who he's pitching here. So let's do that quickly here. Oops. Yeah, we're trying to repeat back-to-back bounty tournaments because I won the Thursday one. So
was it the same restrictions?
No, it was you had to draft a player whose first name had Babe, like B, A, or E. So all the players had a B, A, or E in their first name.
Okay. I guess that's decently. There's not a ton of those. They're not super common.
It was a little bit of a challenge for some teams to try and find one. All right, so they've got Wilbur Wood going up against our Tom Seaver.
95. Oh, this is a very bad 95, but it is a 95. So
and then they've got Ron Reed in the final game.
Oh, Ron Reed is not a good fit for this park. I'm not a fan of Ron Reed in this tournament.
But he might go with Sabathia, underdog. You might have to make a choice here. I think Sabathia will be up to about, 80?
Yeah, Sabathia and Johnson will both be about the same rested. I think
that'll be a fun match.
Both start game 3.
So otherwise, his bullpen looks pretty good. And in terms of his hitters, he's fine. Oh, he's got the gold, Jim Tomei. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, may the best team named Hound Streamer's theme team win. Okay. Good luck. We're down 1. We've had an uphill battle all the way, losing game 1.
Yeah, it's true. We've
backs against the wall.
In a normal double elimination, we'd have been eliminated in that game, but because of this weird clearing the losses in the finals thing, we get an extra chance.
Yeah, I mean, win or lose. Look at what we've had to do here. Loss, win, 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 including that one over Sporer, and then look at this one. Scoring 4 in the bottom of the 9th. Like, what is this team? They should make a movie about this team.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we're about to, if we win this game, we'll hit the max games possible for one of these tournaments.
Yeah, this is the most you can play in this tournament. Okay, well, we will let's do the contest and then we'll end off looking at the bounty tournament. So no spoilers. Don't spoil it for us, underdog. If you win or lose, if it goes to a game 3, maybe we'll interrupt the pack opening. But let's do the pack opening. 1-1. Here is the scoreboard here. If either of us open a perfect or LE, there are 2 LEs still in the game. 7 points. Any diamond, live or historical, 5 points. Card from today, not from Tuesday, from today, 4 points. Any gold card is 2 points. And the mystery points, underdog, since we're playing you in the final, give us a mystery value, anything from 40 to 99. Which card will earn us an extra point if we pull it? Oh, GT Sundown, we beat you by scoring 4. The Frackers. Ouch. Sorry, GT. Although you beat us a fair number of times. Let's go with the GABA 69.
Most people seem to beat us a lot. But it's a very nice choice for that number.
Come on, GT. Give us a win. All right. Give us a win once in a while. All right. Call it heads or tails.
Heads.
It is heads. Would you like home field or would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember, which apparently my memory of my own stuff is bad. But I think when I won, I was the home team. So I'll be the home team again.
You'll be the home team? Okay. Let me open up my screen here. Again, the loser has to buy a spotlight pack, although usually we each buy one anyway, and sell off all the cards except for one. So if we pull a couple really good cards, we have to force sell them for at least level 10 or lower. Okay. And let's see, is the game going to allow me to boot it? Let me just reboot here because it's giving me the error. Could not load.
Classic.
So don't back out of your game.
I did actually. I was looking at the spotlight packs. I don't know why. For some reason, the Grant Johnson is not in them, which is a little strange.
I think because we had it on the pregame show. Spore, if you're still here, wasn't that released earlier in packs? It's not in packs at all. It's not on your.
It is in the card shop, but it is not in the spotlight pack list, unlike the other League of League 4 cards for some reason. So. That one's going to be a little pricier, which makes this mission actually a lot more expensive than we had thought it was, because that card is basically very rare relative to the other options.
Okay.
So that probably actually bumps up the cost for Charleston by $50K or something, maybe more.
He is in the missions then?
He is in the missions, and I was assuming he was in the spotlights when I was looking at those missions, but he actually isn't. Which makes this mission tremendously more difficult.
All right, here we go. 10 standard packs. Watch that Isidafo that it doesn't open a diamond pack. Watch him. Careful. Watch his mouse where that mouse goes.
Now, to be quick.
Top of the first inning. Is my screen on? Yep, it is. Here we go. First pack. Last time was an extremely low-scoring game. And we got a GABA special. Thank you, Underdog. As I take it 1-0.
Good start.
And it's a Blue Jay, too. Even better.
It is a Blue Jay. All right. Nothing.
Nothing but a bunch of nothing. And Spore says he's going to see if he can go get those in spotties going forward. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
1-0 after one. Second inning. Oh, so close. It's a Tiger.
Close.
68.
The 79 and a 68. If you put them together, you'd have a point, but
don't confuse this, okay? It's confusing enough.
I also got a 68. Okay, well, we're close.
And there were like a Yankee and a Tiger. Ooh.
Yeah.
More so the Yankee. Ooh. All right, 1-0 after two. Let's go to the top of the third. Marquise Grissom.
Nice card.
Selling for okay. Is it a duplicate? It is. So chat, here you go. 713 is the last 10. You can have them for 555s.
Meta bronze center fielder. So if anyone doesn't have one and plays bronze.
Is it awful? Don't buy it and resell it, okay? You're not allowed. No. Hands off.
I think I can skip that one.
Okay. So no score, but a good score in terms of the card. We go to the bottom of the third.
And another 68.
Wow. If Underdog called 68, we would have some runs on the board. Okay, yeah. It is 1-0 after three. Next up.
Oh, another Blue Jay. Two Blue Jay relievers.
Underdog, I hope you win the tournament now because, hey, 2 69s, 2 Blue Jays, put another run on the board for lap. Okay, Isidafo, you just need a gold to tie it.
All right. And nothing.
2-0 after four. Okay, here we go to the fifth. Could we have a three-peat, a third 69?
Another 68.
65.
Just keep getting these 68s.
I know someone should be keeping the track. If it was 68, it'd be like 12-3 or something. Okay, we are in the bottom of the fifth, 2-0 game. No golds, no diamonds. You're up.
Another 68.
That's funny. That is funny. What's the Blue Jay there? 57?
Yeah, 57.
Okay. It is 2-0 after 5. We head to the 6th inning. The starting pitchers are starting to tire, but we're both keeping them in the game. Randy Johnson on the mound for Isidafo. And what a strong inning. Nothing there. Okay, we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Okay, a bunch of 68s and well, no 68s at least.
Have you even hit a silver?
I got 1 silver. I mean, this seems to be what I do on these things. I've gotten like 1 gold in 3 weeks. So it's,
don't worry, the spotlight pack, you'll pull a Willie Mays. Don't worry about it.
I think I'd rather it can't be.
Don't push it, okay? Don't put. You are going to be. Yeah, if you pull one of those top level 100s, we're going to put all 3 clips together. Okay,
Yeah,
top of 7.
Be banned then.
Top of 7, 2-0. I've got a 1 hitter going because you got 1 silver. Let's see. Ooh, 68.
What is this? The 68.
You're 1 off there, underdog, from making this a really high scoring game. Okay, all right, bottom of 7.
I'm gonna do the.
Oh, are you gonna copy my? Oh,
yeah.
Well, wait. Don't open a pack yet.
No. Oh,
did you open it? Oh, you did.
That's okay. Another 68. It's all the same. Just 68's all the way down.
This is fantastic. Okay. Well, since you did it, we're backing out. And not only are we backing out, but I think we've let enough time go that both games would have been played here. So the tournament should be over. Where is it here? Is it on there? No. I have to go to my tournaments.
But I think that's a bit of a spoiler, probably.
Well, I don't know. The second game was about to come in.
Oh, the second game could have been finished. That's true.
Yeah. All right. No peeking.
No peeking.
Here we go. The bounty tournament is over. And congratulations go to the Rocketchaws for defeating us 2-0. Yeah, 8-1 and 5-3.
I think that's about as well as we've done in any of these. So
yeah,
I will take it.
Wilbur Wood beat us. You know, if we could have got to the final game with Randy Johnson, we had a chance.
Definitely had a chance.
Yeah. So we just needed just that one more game.
Yeah,
so
or one extra off day someplace or anything.
That was fun. It was a good, challenging draft. We had to pick and choose who we wanted as our hitters. Here's some of the top performers. What?
That's a good card.
Crackers? I missed that. Did you post that we beat Oscar Charleston? We did, because this is the team we scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th.
Oh, wow.
Oscar Charleston, congrats. Yeah, you can't pass up on him. Pitching leaders, all gold, diamond, or higher. No one with over 2, but I guess that makes sense. Randy Johnson.
It's hard to get more than that, unless you're a reliever, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm just curious, stolen bases. How many stolen bases in here?
Not a lot. Looks like it's about as many caught stealings as stolen bases. You got to turn that slider off. That slider's got to go off.
Yes. For you new people out there, go to your strategy. And we actually had ours probably cranked up too much.
It should be at 0.
It should be at 0.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious, though. Let's just take a look at sortable stats. Let's go to stolen bases.
If you go to that, there you can see a count. and team batting stats.
So stolen bases, we should be able to see caught stolen too.
Well, no, I mean, if you go to like the team batting stats tab under player statistics there.
Oh,
yeah,
team
that one.
batting stats.
Yeah, you can see the totals.
Okay. So yeah, we were caught 4 times, so we probably should have had that up or down a little bit.
Yep. But yeah, 25 out of 49 is not an acceptable success rate. This is a far too low. Everyone in this tournament should have turned their sliders down a lot more than they did, probably.
Yeah. And I'm sure some teams had them cranked pretty far down too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to it. We're in the, what are we? The top of the, oh, just wait. Let me spam a bronze turn.
So you got to get these packs to do this 68
There we go.
pulling.
That might just be the pack that does it. Okay. So top of the 8th, 2-0 game. All it's going to take, though, is a live 80 gold, and Isidafo can tie it up. So let's just wrap it up here. I hate going to the 9th in a close game. Let's just pull a diamond from today. Home run. Now it's getting tense. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning in a 2-0 game.
68. Not even a 68.
One hitter going to the 9th. Do you do that just in tourneys or league play also with the stolen base slider?
Everything. You should only set the stolen base slider on players manually that want to steal. Usually, you probably need at least 100, probably more, stealing to have a positive.
So even Oscar today wouldn't crank it up because it's too.
I don't remember how much he had, but yeah, he didn't. It was like 98 or something, that's not enough. Yeah, you should be
top of 9. Isidafo. What do you think? Do you think I got another 69 in me?
Well, as far as we've been going, it seems like we have a lot of 68s and a lot of 69s. So it seems like that's the way here. Yep.
Okay, so we go to the bottom of the 9th. If he pulls a gold and only a gold, we go to extra innings, inning by inning. Otherwise, he'll either win it or lose it. He needs a diamond. Any card from today will win it. Otherwise, it's a lap victory.
Yep. All right, here we go. Okay, there it is, live gold and a 68 for good measure.
Tied up one game apiece. We go to extra innings. The good news is I get Isidafo. I force him to open packs. Right. Extra inning, top of the 10th.
If we go on too long, I'm going to hit the card limit. So we can't. We don't have that many packs left.
All right, I'll end it right here with a diamond. Oh, 4 bronze and neither of them are
The Negro League card is not the right one.
Didn't I say any Negro Leaguer? No. Okay, I have a feeling you're going to do it here. The comeback will be complete.
Go for the walk-off.
No. We go to the top of the 11th. Do you still have Randy Johnson in?
Yeah, why not? He can keep going.
Okay. Home run Johnson. Home run Johnson. Bottom of the 11th inning. A 69 will do it for you.
Okay.
Oh. A Fernando Tatis Jr. walk-off.
Oh, it's a useful one, too. This is going to be in a word mission, probably.
Oh, quit your bragging. Can you be a little more humble, Isidafo? Come on. It's bad enough I went to the bottom of the 9th. Dave Steve moment, up 2 runs, and just like our tournament, a lot of late comebacks. So that means I've got to go now and spend some points. Spotlight number 30. All right. Will it be Lap's turn to finally get a good Spotlight card? Silver, gold, diamond, perfect. I'm calling a gold. What are you calling?
Let's go for a diamond. Let's go for a diamond.
Diamond? Okay. Here we go. We'll be back after this. No, just kidding. Oh,
it is a
baby.
diamond. All right.
It is a diamond.
All right. Who are you looking for? Home Run Johnson? Oh, he's not. You can't get Home Run Johnson. He's not in the spotlights.
No, I can't. I can't get a Home Run Johnson. So if you were to be able to pick any of those cards, let me just bring it up here quickly. Where is our list from today? Which window do I want? Well, I can't seem to find it now. Who is a card that is in spotlights that you would think would be pretty good?
Beckwith, I guess, is the best one, probably.
Beckwith?
I mean, there's some Baseball Reference 4 cards that are good. Nice. Spud Chandler's a good card, though he's probably not as expensive.
All right, here it is right here.
Corbin Burns. I mean, yeah, Chandler is probably the strongest tournament card, I guess. But Beckwith is certainly going to be the most valuable card right now.
Or maybe even in like Minnie Minogue, like any of the ones from today probably have some value short term. Okay, I'm going to call, because my first card I pulled from this new set was Joe Black, I'm going to call for the 99 Joe Black.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Who are you calling?
I'll say Maris.
Who?
Roger Maris.
Oh, Roger Maris. Okay, let's find out. Either way, it's better than a gold. It's better than a silver. So I will gladly take it. Is chat making any predictions? Spud Chandler. Yeah, Home Run Johnson is not in the spotlights, EVC. I think because it was presented on our show, that kind of got things mixed up a little bit. But Spore said he's going to try and get it in spotlights. I don't know if it'll be for this week. Probably not now, but in future.
There was another one earlier in the year where Noodles Han was accidentally excluded, and he didn't. I think probably it shouldn't be added afterwards. You'll have already bought them. The value changes.
Show me Joe Black.
Oh, that's pretty decent.
Why is it?
Good mission value.
I thought it was showing as a duplicate. Yeah, I'd say I've made my perfect points back.
Yep.
Okay. So chat, I'm not going to go for this mission because this is the theme team. It doesn't have the points or whatever to get it. So we are going to give this to you for, Isidafo, it doesn't include you. We're going to give this to you for 80,000, just over what the top buy orders are. So if you do want this card here, it is up for, 80,000, and in honor of our polls today, 68.
Very nice.
And I'll just see if there's any others worth selling here to the crew. I don't think so. Molina, is he still worth anything? Not really.
I mean, he's a decent card, but he's not worth any. He has very little sell value.
55. We'll put this one up for 25. Another one that I've seen used in iron. This card here, we'll put him at.
Yeah, you should. Don't play this card. This card is really bad. If you're this one's actually sort of okay. This clay curve,
we'll put at 28. Okay, so I think I've got all the cards on the card shop now. Willie will put at 20. What's he in iron? 25.
Wrong, Willie.
Yes. Well, you want to try your third time's a charm?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Well, 26.
It's going to be hard to beat mine.
Go wrong, but all right, let's go for a Campy. And
Oh,
I got a not great. I did get Randy Johnson.
hey, there you go. Synchronicity. So who's the new card? Charbonneau, I guess. Huh?
Charbonneau. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
2 out of 3. Ain't that bad.
Not bad. I've still definitely profited off of the 3 combined.
Yes. Can't really complain. Well, Isidafo, thank you again for the last moment filling in here. And always enjoy having you on the show and hearing your perspective and having some fun with you, whether it's the bounty, whether it's the cards, whether it's the pack pulling. Any big plans over the next little while?
No, I mean, I was going to try to get a stream together for tomorrow, probably. I think Charles is still out of town, so we'll see what we can, who I can convince to do it. But yeah, nothing too much.
So Charles, Snail Man, sometimes your kidneys is on there, I see as well. So you may or may not have a stream tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to try, but no promises. If I have to do it myself, tech issues maybe a little challenging.
All right. Well, and I know this is as a PT player, this is a big time for you on Thursday release, trying to get things done and trying to be competitive. So I will let you go. Thanks for being on again. And enjoy
Great being here.
The sights of New York.
Thanks.
Right. All right, gang, that is going to be it for me. It is a great day for baseball. It is a great day for baseball. Good luck in your pack polls and your tournaments. PTCS, they announced a little bit of that. I didn't catch the beginning of Dish's stream, but I think there is going to be an official stream soon by Spore or by someone from OOTP. I don't know if it's official yet when that stream is, but they will announce more about the PTCS and cards and formats and things like that. So stay tuned for an OOTPS stream at some point. And yeah, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, give what you can, take what you need. Again, we're getting into the cold winter months here where people may need a little bit of help. I know EVC was promoting, some kindness on his stream lately. So whatever you can, whatever you financially, physically, mentally can do to support someone, I'm sure it will be much, much valued. We are going to go. So touch that dial. We'll take you right over there. Again, thank you to EVC Spore for being on today's pregame show. For all of you that have watched it, back on Saturday with the Gladiator 201 pack poll after EVC's Ripapalooza on Saturday. Hope to see you there. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. And don't cut the deep block dragon. Did you pull a Campanella? If you did, congratulations. Good stuff with your bone bruisers. Well, the bone bruisers, welcome to Diamond very soon if they're not there yet. We'll see you next episode.
A very good friend of mine told me something the other day. I'd like to pass it on to you. I believe what he said to be true. He said we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't